All right, what's going on, family? Hope everybody been, maintaining, doing their thing. Hoping all the TIs been staying cool, calm, and collected. Uh, y'all not letting the tactics get to you. You know what I mean. You're not reacting in a way where you could put yourself in a compromised position, get yourself locked up. You know what I mean? Hopefully you out of the tough guy programming. You know what I'm saying? As a TI, you know that reality can't, you can't, you can't, you can be in, I guess, some type of alpha energy, but you can't really operate in a full alpha type energy. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to capitalize off of that. They're going to create artificial scenarios. They're going to create scripted out scenarios just to play off your top. You know what I mean? Just to get you, and with the alpha energy, it's like, of course you're going to want to prove something. You know what I'm saying? I be looking at stuff on YouTube and stuff, and I was hearing, there's this rapper named Sauce Walker from Houston. He all right with the raps and stuff like that, but he's like a good entrepreneur, and he, he's a creative type dude, know how to, spit game and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, he just was like, if a person don't prove himself, you know what I'm saying, he's the B word. You get what I mean? And I'm like, well, he's probably not targeted. Pretty sure he making money. He's probably not targeted. So when you feed into some of these narratives, especially with some of these rappers, with some of these dudes that be feeling like they suave out here, you know what I'm saying? You eat the fish and spit out the bones. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have nothing to prove, TI family. You don't have nothing to prove. You know what I mean? The proof should be in your works. You know what I mean? You got to move more in silence. Like, you ain't got to really talk about, about what you can prove. You prove it through your actions. You know what I'm saying? You get up every day and you're doing something productive. You feel what I'm saying? Like, my whole thing is I just been, building up on my peace. Building up on a peace factor. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell it frustrates the community. It frustrates the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a bunch of strangers filled, and you know how the community thing go. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has this hive mind. You know what I'm saying? You can see people get irritated. You can see people get irritable. Like, I don't be stepping out a whole lot. Like, I'll step out, but I only step out, you know what I mean, for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I'm just trying to get right with, with my money. You know what I'm saying? The job that that I'm working, still working, like we haven't been working that many days. So it's like I got to play catch up. So it's like I don't even, like, if I don't really have enough bread and stuff like that, I don't even want to step out. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me. I know there's some people that ain't got to have a dollar in their pocket, and they'll enjoy the sun and absorb the sun and enjoy the scenery and stuff like that. Right now it's just about me building my peace. I don't want to be out in a place where it's just building tension, where it's just a bunch of projection of, you know what I'm saying, just the madness. I already got to deal with the madness with getting what I need to get, going to work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like building up my peace, building up that peace. And the peace is when I'm, at home. You know what I'm saying? I try to get on the game. I got a PS5. You know what I'm saying? But it's this game called Black Myth Wukong. It's fire. It's fire. The graphics is hard. It's hard. But the thing about it is you can't even change the difficulty level on that thing. So it's like it's one level. It's like this snake demon, and I cannot beat this snake demon. You know what I'm saying? It's like you kill him once and then he come back and he got all these different type of moves, but his health meter goes all the way back up and your health meter is the same. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like frustrating. Like, you know what I mean? But it's just like you got to find some stuff to keep you going. You know what I mean? Recreational to keep you going. That's not going to have you in a low vibration. You know what I mean? I'm not consuming myself with the game where I'm, oh, game. Like, nah. It's just something to help along with building up the peace. You know, you got to find ways to enjoy yourself, family. Especially when you being harassed, you being targeted all day, every day. You got to find ways to enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? And be patient. You know, God's people will resonate with you. You know, the right people will resonate with you. You know what I'm saying? If you giving off good energy, if you radiating good energy, if you filling yourself up with positive things, and you know what I'm saying, it's magnetism. It's gonna attract positive people, even through the midst of this darkness in this program. You know what I'm saying? And you just test people by their characteristics, by their actions, by the things they do. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a mindset where you're trying to grind, you're trying to keep things afloat, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be around a person that is not trying to grind, that's not trying to, you know what I'm saying? They're going to steer you on a different path. You get what I mean? It's like you got to be around like-minded people. Like, if you working hard on your hustle and bustle, you know what I mean, trying to make things work, then the people that you should have in your circle should be people that's on that hustle and bustle too. That's on that grind too. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be around people that just, you know, not really on that hustle, because at the end of the day, they just look at you like a money bag. They can use you for little things. Like they need cigarettes, or they need weed, or if they need, you know what I'm saying? Like these validation, or, you know what I'm saying? Just somebody they can drain their energy from. Like if you if you have a conversation with a person and you actually feel drained, if you're around somebody and you feel drained, you feel like your energy is like the battery's going low, then that's not the type of person that you should be with. They're absorbing your energy. It's an energy thing, y'all. It's an energy thing. You know what I mean? Regardless of how nice they're trying to be and stuff like that, if you're around a person and your energy feel like it's being drained, then you don't need to be around that person. You know? You need to be around a person where y'all can both bounce ideas, exchange energy, and y'all can both be filled up with energy. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole thing going on right now with competition. Competition. Now, I said it in one of my videos before about artificial competition, how they'll engineer certain things to like belittle you and make you feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, competition is a good thing too. It just depends. Friendly competition, you know, friendly basketball game, friendly competition that's gonna like make you a better person. Because if there was no competition, if competition didn't exist, then there'll be no means for people to want to strive to be better. So you gotta look at competition as actually what make people want to be better, make people want to work on their flaws and stuff like that. But nowadays, all I see is like dark competition, like people really trying to get people to crash out or get people to, like, you know what I mean? Like this constant state of anything you do, I can do better. You know, that constant state. You know what I'm saying? That's not the type of competition you want to be around. You know what I mean? Where it's just people just really want to get one up on you on everything, anything possible. You know what I'm saying? Won't give you your props or nothing. You know what I'm saying? them the type of people, that's the type of competition you need to stay away from. But the competition where it's like motivational, encouraging, is actually trying to make you mature and better in life and see things, you know what I'm saying, in a different lens, you know what I mean, that's going to help you elevate, help you get a close relationship with God, you know what I'm saying, help you stay sharp out here. That's the type of competition you want to, gravitate towards, you know what I'm saying? So with that type of competition, that's a good thing. That type of competition, that is definitely a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But lately, I just been seeing a lot of people just on some dark stuff. They just want one up. They just want to look good. You know what I mean? Who doesn't want to look good, right? But when you're around a person and they always want to be like in front, on top, always want to be noticed, always want to be seen, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got that laid back type person. Like, okay, there's a rap group called the Migos. You know what I'm saying? Now, out of the Migos, you got Quavo, you got Offset, and you got Takeoff. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Takeoff. But when you look at Takeoff always been the laid back, chill type person. He likes seeing his folks shine. He likes seeing his people shine. He likes seeing that. You know what I'm saying? Them the type of people that's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got all the money, but he like on some of his freestyles, he ain't wearing all his chains and stuff like that. Like, he just being normal. You know what I mean? And then you got other people, they just want to shine. They just got to be on top of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll get jealous. Like, it was some freestyles you can tell, like the other, like Offset and Quavo, they was kind of jealous because when they start freestyling, you know what I'm saying, they was playing. But when Takeoff went in that thing, and he was, you know what I'm saying, he was throwing a little bit of punchlines, you know what I mean? He was throwing a little bit of punchlines in it. Like, you can tell he was serious with it, but he laid back and cool, you know what I mean? But you could just tell off the energy too. It's just like, they loved him, you know, that was his boy. You know, rest in peace, Takeoff, but you could just tell you could just feel that jealousy energy. Like, dang, bro, just went in. You know what I'm saying? You got people like that. They won't tell you. They definitely won't tell you. But at the end of the day, it's like any move that you make, anything that you like do that look like it's outshining them, they'll take that to heart. They'll feel some type of way. And it's like, even if it's family, even if it's like people you grew up with, if there's people like that in your circle, especially in this gang stalking, you want to get away from that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good to be alone, man. You don't know what people will do that has secret jealousy, that's in secret competition with you. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what people will do, especially that you see that like how the community is, like what's going on. Like, you know, people got to be benefiting off of doing what they do. I just can't go for it. Like, I understand like the mind control, I get it, but at this level, it just doesn't seem like a coincidence. It just doesn't seem like a subconscious programming. It just doesn't seem like all the way monkey see, monkey do. Like, you know, people just follow what people do. NPCs gonna follow with the narrative. They gonna go with what's trendy. I get that. But it just be seeming like these people be knowing what they be doing. It's the smirks. It's the indirects. You know what I'm saying? It's the talks and the way they look at you, and you know what I mean? It's like, nah, this is not just monkey see, monkey do. These people, a lot of these people in these communities, they know what they doing. They know what side they on. They gotta be benefiting. They gotta, like, for them to have that hatred for you, for them not want to see you shine and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They gotta know something. You know, and they may not know. Cause it's like when you see certain perps, when you see certain, you know, people, the gang stalkers, You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is up on what certain people be doing. They all do their little different tactics. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they getting bits and pieces and fragments of the harassment of, you know what I'm saying? And they all do their different tactics. They all work together. You know what I'm saying? If one person don't like you, one person don't, you know what I'm saying? Majority of them ain't gonna like you. If one person feels some type of way, majority of them ain't gonna, you know what I mean? It's like they try to have a conversation with you, and it's most likely low vibrational. It's negative. You know what I'm saying? It's always about weed. You know what I mean? Conversation always about, oh man, this girl, she look good. You know what I mean? They didn't tell you that I was married. Like what? Like it's like why is the conversation always trying to extract information? You know what I'm saying? Trying to create these spiritual contracts. Okay, I got that spiritual contract from one of SRBG's videos. Like he went in. I gotta post that video where he talk about spiritual contracts. Like man, dude is sharp with the knowledge. I don't agree with everything he be saying now, but that's why you got to eat the fish and spit out the bones. But bro know what he talking about on certain things. On certain things, bro know what he talking about. That spiritual contract is something serious. That spiritual contract is something serious. Like, what I mean by that is like, if you agree to negative, it's something negative. If you agree to something negative, you know what I'm saying? An agreement. It's almost like your words can sign on an invisible piece of paper an agreement. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, you would smash that chick, right? You know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah. Like, I didn't say that, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah. You know what I mean? Then now put in the algorithm, stuff like that. He'll be looking, they extracting information like, oh, you're a cheat. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he likes her. Let's try to, you know what I mean? And the whole thing is not like they trying to bless you. See, they give you the illusion. See, that's the thing. That's the trap. That's the trickery of it. They'll give you the illusion like they trying to bless you. But as far as your targeting goes, you know, majority of these people ain't trying to bless you. These people trying to curse you. You think these people really want you to make it? Well, my situation, I can see. You know what I mean? I've been hearing through the algorithm, majority wins. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the Minority Report, you know what I'm saying? They got the numbers. They got the power in the numbers. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, majority of the people don't want to see you prosperous out here. The amount of gravity that I go through, I know majority of the people do not want to see me prosperous. I know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when people have conversations with me, it's like they be trying to extract information to make like spiritual contracts. Like don't agree to nothing to try to be cool. Like you having a conversation, most people when they have a conversation with somebody, they be trying to you know, you trying to sound cool. You want to sound appealing to the person. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you may not be a genuine self to try to be cool and appealing to that person. You know what I'm saying? And then you might say some things and you are making agreements, spiritual contracts. You get what I'm saying? And they can use that against you. And like SRBG said, like, God honors spiritual contracts. And that's how Satan tricks a lot of people and situation stuff. It's just your words. Watch your words. Be mindful of the stuff that you say and vibrate out of your mouth talking to people. What type of things are you saying? Don't just say things just to say things that sound cool. We are past that phase. You don't have to sound cool. It's not about being cool anymore. It's not. Now, if you around genuine people and you like you can tell, like, you know what I mean, a person actually like a little solid, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like they trying to get a one up on you. It's like they really just cool, laid back. got that takeoff type energy. You know what I'm saying? Just lay it back. Like, you know what I mean? It's not that serious. When you around people like that, then cool. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can chop it up. Y'all, you know what I mean? But most likely, like, you got to really be on your defense out here. It sucks. I know. You know what I'm saying? But you can't. You got to be out of that cool phase. That wanting to be appealing to people. You know what I'm saying? Want to say something fly. You know what I mean? These people don't even look at you like that. Whatever the narrative they like, and my narrative is like, you know what I'm saying? People just really like lost respect for me or something. You know what I'm saying? So that would make a normal person want to prove something like. But then when you think about it, it's like these are strangers. And you think about it, it's like they're trying to push you to look bad. So you proving yourself, trying to look good, is just going to further justify them to continue their actions and making you look bad. You get what I'm saying? You got people from all different walks of life in this thing. And you know what I mean? These people are getting fed information from narcissists on how to deal with you based on their study of your personality, what they've studied, what they investigated, what they feel, you know what I'm saying, is going to make you fall for the trap. So it's like you don't have to worry about being cool, looking cool and stuff like that. Like it don't matter how creative you get. If like they control like the internet, like if they want to shadow ban you, they can shadow ban you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they'll make it seem like you get a lot of views. You know what I mean? But it's really all a game, man. When you a TI, it's all a game when it comes to them numbers and stuff. They ain't gonna really have you where you can really get monetized off your channel. You know what I mean? For some TIs that's real creative and making their channel, like not trying to throw any shade. It's just this is the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? You're just dealing with a lot of people that will steal your ideas. You know what I'm saying? Run off with your whole personality, steal your ideas and stuff like that, and get monetized off of it. So it's like you got to be careful. If you got hustles or if you got inventions in your mind, keep it to yourself till you get it copyrighted. Like any invention stuff, like make sure you get it copyrighted. So if anybody takes that idea or something like that, you can sue they behind. You get what I'm saying? So it's cool to be creative and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I appreciate the TIs that is, helping other TIs to level up in this thing. You know what I'm saying? And creativity, it's always cool. Enlightenment and entertainment. You can't beat that. But just showing you how nasty this program is, man. You're dealing with a lot of people, they're style stealers. You know what I'm saying? They'll take your idea and upgrade it. And try to come up with an upgraded version of your style, upgraded, version of your wordplay, like kind of like taunting you in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could be you better than you. That type of, we can be you better. How can you be me better than me? That doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the whole idea to just cloud your brain with nonsense. Like people just showing that they just better than you at everything. It's just not realistic situations and scenarios. And when you got majority of the population, you know what I mean? You could just, everybody is like pieces of the puzzle. So you could just try to find this person is good at this. This person can play better basketball. Like boom, boom. Let's, just silly stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, this person can play chess really good. Just silly stuff. Just just so you could be around a person and they just get one up on you. You know what I'm saying? It's like nah, like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to be in a realistic scenario. Like, they create things so unrealistic. They try to make things, I guess, realistic. You know what I'm saying? But you could just tell it's artificial. You could just tell. Like, being sensitized to all these tactics, to all these gestures. I'm pretty sure before I went overt, like, I seen some of the hand gestures, but it didn't mean nothing. It didn't have no meaning to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that, you know what I mean? Like, before my targeting, people walked dogs, and that didn't hold no, it didn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? People did the little feminine hand gesture. It didn't really mean nothing. It didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? People wore red shirts. You know what I mean? But the thing that was different though, they wasn't saying no indirects. They wasn't pulling stuff like, they wasn't saying stuff like they you know what I'm saying? Like personal stuff. You know what I mean? Like stuff that they shouldn't know. I wasn't getting that until my targeting went overt. So regardless of the color coordination, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of all that, regardless of the minuscule tactics of the dog walkers, the red shirts, it's them indirects. I don't know if y'all can see that. Was that a drone? Maybe having these little police drones and stuff. When it ain't too much, as you see, it ain't too much traffic flow. You don't see none of the perps or nothing like that. People walking around. So they had this little drone just fly around every now and again, and I guess they just checking. But the technology, y'all, they constantly got they eagle eye on the community. But yet, it's still crime going on. It's still crime going on. So are they really watching the community for crime? Or are they doing what you think they doing? They watching the kid. You know what I'm saying? But hey man, it is what it is. You know, life is what you make it in this thing. You know, people really be thinking you slow out here. Well, they be thinking I be slow. So they think that they can just pull one over my eyes with these tactics. But it's like, clearly, if they pay attention to my YouTube video, they'll see I'm not as slow as they perceive. Like, I know what's going on. I know what they trying to do on a daily. It's a pattern. That's the thing. If you can recognize the pattern, that's it. Once you recognize the pattern, the only way to like fall for this, the only way to literally fall for this, you know what I'm saying, is if you just give up. You just don't care. Sometimes, like, people get in their targeting where they get so overwhelmed and stuff, they get kind of in that I don't care mode. And I know I've been there. I've been in that I don't care mode. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't make it easy. When you get in that I don't care mode, luckily I snapped out of that I don't care mode. You know what I mean? Before it got real bad. But when I got in that I don't care mode, if you look at my videos, they was about to burn the motel down. It was people just MK Ultra, just, I don't know, like wigging out, like in their room, just lighting the curtain on fire. One dude just lit his clothes on fire. One dude messed up, burnt the whole room, just lit the curtain on fire. Demon possessed, right? And this is when I was in that I don't care mode. But when I got out of that I don't care mode, you know what I'm saying? Things start getting better, you know what I mean? But it's still the pressure. People still try to put the pressure on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like once you kind of get over the pressure of the targeting, the pressure of like a lot of people around you gonna be fake, they're gonna try to look like they real. They're gonna try to say some. They're gonna try to make you feel left out. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to make it seem like the grass is greener on the other side. That's what they're trying to project to you. The grass is greener on the other side. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But to be on that other side with them, you got to compromise your morals, your beliefs, your ethics, what you stand on. You gotta put that away. You gotta let these people mentally break you, like a drill sergeant would do to the recruits, the soldier recruits. You know what I mean? That are getting trained. You know, they break them all the way down. They break them all the way down. You know what I'm saying? The drill sergeant will hurt their feelings, break them all the way down to make them mentally tough, and then build them back up. You know what I mean? To make them like robots, like army robots, like, you know what I'm saying? Sir, yes, sir. To make them obedient. You know what I'm saying? So that's the name of the game. Like, they want to get you to go against your morals, your belief, you know what I mean? The things that you know is right. And if they can turn you out, they will turn you out. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. They want to domesticate you. You know? But I give thanks and praise to God. I do. You know what I'm saying? For me being able to wake up every day and make this thing happen. Make this thing work. You know? And like I said, like, it's going to be a lonely journey. It don't have to be a lonely journey. Like there's people, like, I stepped out, well, was it yesterday? I stepped out to smoke a cigarette. Just to smoke a cigarette. And cars pulling up. Dude pulled up in a red car, which is not here. Pulled up, black people. Came out the passenger seat, shaking the dominoes. Like, yeah, you hear that? Yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, you got them dominoes. You're like, yeah, man, I'm about to kick some tail. Yeah, if you want to get in on this game. If you want to get in on this game, you know what I'm saying? You know where I'm at. Got the neighbor, you know what I'm saying? He'll have his door open, and he'll just sit there on his couch drinking his beer and just be like this. Oh man, I need somebody to talk to. Then it'll be somebody walk right up under the stairs with two little wiener dogs with a red shirt. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even his complex. His complex, why are you putting trash in this complex? It would just overlap. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just people. It was one dude that was like standing right there with a trash bag with some cans, and he just dropped it. So it was like all this going on. All this, right when I'm like, dang, they just overlapping. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't have to be lonely, but for my sanity, for my peace, for me not to get caught up, because who knows, I could have been in there playing dominoes and these people could have been addicts. And then that would have signed agreement to play dominoes with them. Next thing I know, these people addicts. Not saying that they are. You know what I mean? You can't judge a book by the cover. You know what I'm saying? I could be in there, they doing what they doing. I'm like, I ain't with all that, man. But still, you know, they can, now it's like, oh yeah, he own that. You know what I'm saying? The agreement. So it's like, be careful of the people you give a chance to. You can't just give a chance to people that appeal to be cool. You know what I'm saying? That's just not how this targeting thing works. They're trying to make you look like a bad guy any way possible. You know what I'm saying? Like at the motel I was around, when I had my dog, I would take her out so she can go potty and stuff and by the fence. And there'll be like this Hispanic dude that come out. He seemed pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yo, bro, we should play the game. Like, he had a cool personality and stuff, but it's just too many red flags. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all make mistakes in life. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you don't want to be around low vibrational people, and you don't know what type of situation, they could set you up with. Cause he's grown, but he be having some some little kid or something like that hang out and play video games, and I don't want to be playing video games with them and then they create something. You see what I'm saying? That spiritual agreement, agreeing to kick it with them, and then it creates something. It's all, it's all type of scenarios. And it's not like, oh, you can't be afraid, man. Scared money don't make no money. When you're in a program like this, you got to be secure. You got to be on your toes when you step out here in this war zone. You know what I'm saying? You got to be around people that they about God. Like, like not just people that just regular people say they're Christians and they got a crucifix on their neck. You know what I'm saying? Bible scripture tattoos, or, you know what I mean? Because they'll sit there and have Bible talk with you all day. But at the end of the day, their actions contradict the Bible. And people ain't perfect. But when it's just too many contradictions, that's a red flag. You get what I'm saying? Or they might have some cool dudes that chop it up, but then they do too many gay type stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, no disrespect to the homosexuals out there. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. But for the people that don't come out and say that's what they is, but they do the gay stuff. And just a complete turnoff. It's just like, man, nah, like, you don't care how cool, like, nah, like, I just can't rock like that, man. Especially in this program. And guess what? You'll make a spiritual agreement, and now they can make the narrative. So it's a lot of traps and setups. That's what I see. It's a lot of traps and setups and ways to get you caught up and make you appeal and look a certain type of way. You get what I'm saying? People, places, and things. Like my uncle used to always tell me. People, places, and things. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I really took to heart. Because now I see it. Just like, you got to be careful the people you hang with, the things you do, and the places you go. You know what I mean? You got to move. In this program, you got to move with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're getting yourself right, you're working on your physical body, or you want to go somewhere where you get like some isolation time, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you're not around a bad area that can make you look bad. That can, you know what I mean? Because that's all they're trying to do is just recruit more people on more stuff that they can prove. When you stay out the way, like what I'm doing, like staying out the way, it's only so much they can do. So they have to recycle. They have to juggle, you know what I mean, the same things over and over and over. You know what I mean? And it's just putting a confusion ball amongst the whole community. You know what I'm saying? 1 week it may be a blue week, a pink and blue week, pink and blue. That's all you'll see. Then 1 week it'll be kind of like a smooth week. Like they'll have like the black and gold and silver and burgundy, black, gold, silver, and burgundy. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a little laid back, and then it might be the white week, you know what I mean? And then it might be the red week. Like, you know what I mean? I've been hearing some T.I. saying they've been seeing a lot of red, and I've been seeing that too. A lot of red clothing, red cars. Yeah. And you don't want to really feed into it, because it's just their projections. You know what I'm saying? It's just their projections. Like when you make sense of it, because remember before the targeting went overt, did that make sense to you? No. It was just normal society, right? But whatever they did to our neurons in our brain cell, whatever they split our neurons or something and open a whole, like, they did something. Something happened. They did something. You know what I'm saying? This psychology game is cold. This technology psychology game is cold. They did something to now we're just heavily sensitized to the madness. And now we could see it's like it's not just the colors, like they be on different frequencies with these colors too. they energies be, you can feel, you can read the area, you can read, you can scan the room, you can tell what type of time people be on when you see certain type of colors. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go to work and I see, like, it's like these people be having different cars. It's like these people be having different cars. Like when I see a lot of red cars at work, or I see my manager wearing a red shirt, or I see a lot of people at the job wearing a red shirt, I already know it's gonna be a tense day. And that's how it normally be. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a tense day. So it's like these colors, like it kind of puts you on game about like some of the energies. That's just my targeting. But it's really meaningless though. You know what I'm saying? You go by it, not the color of what people wear. Just like Martin Luther King said, we don't go off the color of the skin. So just like the skin, we don't go off the color of what they project. We go off the content of their character. We go off, so it's like, look at the tactics, like how Martin Luther King said it, the color of their skin. You know what I'm saying? Just look past that and look at the contents of these people's characters. Look how they treat other people, how they, you know what I'm saying? Their character. You feel me? That'll show who to resonate with. You know what I'm saying? Are they ambitious? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Are they all for self, or are they actually for others? You get what I mean? It's like that, the content of the character thing. You know what I mean? And that so it's just like you got to read the layers. You got to read between the lines when it comes to targeting. So I just try not to focus too much. It's hard not to. It's hard not to focus on the colors. You're going to see it. And for me, it helps me. I see certain colors, but I don't just shut everybody off. Because a person may have a color, you know what I'm saying, that they've tried to sensitize me to make me feel some type of way. And even though they do the tactics a little bit, I can tell that they are right person. You know what I'm saying? Like they all right. So it's just like, it's just colors. You got to go with the contents of people's characters, their actions. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. Because the colors could mislead you. You know, somebody could have a red shirt, but they could be a blessing. And you shut off to the person with the red shirt. And this person could have, that was preparation meeting opportunity. That person could have blessed you now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could have had a conversation, stuff like that. That person could have really respected you. He could have had a lot of money and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And be like, hey man, I like this talk with you, bro. Like, I see you trying to get on your grind. Here's $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Boom. I haven't had a genuine conversation like this in a long time. And he just, here's $1,000. You get what I'm saying? Or he might can network you to a better job, but because he has a red shirt, because they done sensitized us to all this stuff, we just automatically shut everybody off. And that's how they get us too. You know what I'm saying? These people strip us from our blessings, man. These people prevent us from following the line with our destiny, our path, our purpose. You know what I mean? We get so consumed with this dark bubble. And yeah, this dark bubble can get vast sometimes. Like everywhere you go, this is what's happening. So it's like, it's only natural for you to shut people off. You know what I mean? That's just your defense mechanism. You know what I mean? That's just your brain protecting you. You get what I mean? But it's like we have to go through more meditation, more prayer, and more discernment. You know what I'm saying? And looking past the colors and certain tactics that we've been sensitized to. Because somebody may spit on the ground, and you know what I mean? When you get a pattern of just people spitting, people coughing, and then the blessing, the angel in the skies may do the coughing. And you like, you know what I mean? Gang stalker, shut them off. And the whole time, that could be a blessing right there. So that's a gemstone right there. It's like, look past the tactics for a little bit. because it's funny how the blessings work. Like the blessings work in a stormy type situation. It's like, I don't know, this like how the enemy be. Like you may be going through it. It may be like a real rough day, but there's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the tactic of the enemy just make the day so rough so you can miss that blessing. Like just if you having a rough day, if you having a bad day, try not to shut everybody off. That's the thing. That's the test. When that day is like a messy day, and it's almost to the point where you feel like you about to crash out, and you ready to just shut everything off, that there's a blessing somewhere around. So when you going through a bad day, just be like, I know there's a blessing. That's what it means. When you going through a bad day, it's a blessing somewhere around the corner. It's a blessing. It's somewhere around. Somebody got the blessing. Some good deed, some conversation. You know what I mean? It's a blessing. You know what I mean? That's just how it be. I mean, it may be a blessing in good calm days, but usually the enemy work hard when it's something good. So just keep that in mind. Like it's just like the day is just unnatural. Like they going on 10. It's some positive reinforcements around that you just haven't deciphered, and they got a blessing for you. And just off you shutting people off, you know what I'm saying? It closed that door for that blessing. That's the test. And how many times do we fail that test when we have a bad day? We just be wanting to shut everything off. That's something I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? You know, having these bad days and shutting everything off. You know, for some people it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the trauma that you go through with this program. It's just your defense mechanism. But that's the test. Breaking that barrier. You know what I'm saying? And the blessing can come through. You get what I mean? Because you close the door to everybody, then guess what? Not only are you blocking the negative people, but you're blocking the positive people too out your life. So it's just really a patient thing, taking your time and not shutting everybody off. Really looking at the contents of people's characters and stuff. Because I know of some people that actually wanted to have like a good conversation with me, but these demons, they'll come in cop block. They'll come out of nowhere and just cut the conversation off. Say something, get the person's attention. You know what I'm saying? And just come like, dang. You know what I mean? Like they don't want you to have no good conversation. They don't want you to have no energy charge. No good feeling. Like it's like you got to get in your own bubble to get that, or you luck up. But if they around the area and they know you having a good conversation, or they can feel it, they might not even, they could just sense it. Some positivity radiating. Go disrupt that positivity, and they'll come in cop block. They'll come in and interrupt. They'll interrupt the connection. They'll interrupt the vibe. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I ain't got nothing to prove. I ain't finna overspeak and like, nah. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But be careful, because these people definitely will strip you from your blessing. You know what I'm saying? When you having a hard day and a rough day, don't crash out. Instead of crashing out, instead of snapping on these people, giving them your energy, use that energy to find your blessing. So instead of stressing and looking for some get back, or you know, like draining your energy, directing your energy towards the negativity that's happening all the time, every time they just up the ante on you that day, look for the blessing, because they trying to distract you. It's a smoke screen. It's a distraction. There's a blessing around. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, family. You know, it's hard out here, you know, just living. You feel me? especially when you ain't got no support system like that. And so it's like you got to be on your toes, especially if you ain't got no support system like that. You ain't got time to be playing. Like, people got to be on your timing. People got to be on your timing, man. You on that time to be focused. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got time to be just trying to have fun, because the fun is a trap. It's okay to have a little bit of fun, but you got to see like fun with people that's like just genuine people, man. What else can I say? Like, high vibrational type people, but they just know how to have a little bit of fun. Like, we work hard, you know what I'm saying? And they don't do the indirects. You get what I'm saying? They don't do the indirects. That's cool. If I have a regular conversation with somebody that don't say nothing like they know something about me, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. But most likely, majority of the people, they'll say a little slick stuff like they know something about me, like they heard something about me. You know what I'm saying? And that's automatically a turn off. You feel me? Like, I'd sit there and continue the conversation, but it's just like, it's dry from there. You feel me? So, yeah. It's like, dang. Sometimes I may have conversations and people talk to me and it just be a regular conversation, but they'll just give me that moment. The next time I talk to them, indirects, or they'll switch up, or they won't come around. So it's just like, you gotta, and just like those moments, in that moment, that person can be feeling so good and so uplifted from your message. Your energy might be so good to them at that moment, they could bless you. You know what I'm saying? It's just the moments. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just gotta go off the moments. You feel me? You just never know when to give people your good energy, but not everybody deserves your energy though. So it's like, that's a discernment too. Who do you give your energy to? Because everybody does not deserve your energy. You feel me? And how I've been making it this far, I just haven't been giving too many people my energy, and it's been working. But it works, but it's also blocking certain blessings. I know it's certain blessings that I probably could have got, you know what I mean? Blessings that could have got me in a more favorable position. And because I've been shut off because of this targeting and because how hard the negative reinforcement be going sometimes, that it makes me overlook the positive reinforcements and things and stuff. So that's one thing that I know I need to work on. You know what I'm saying? Stop overlooking the positive reinforcements. You get what I'm saying? It just be hard. You know what I mean? It's like we became gang stalking racists or something. Like, once we see the colors, automatically everybody, like our racist person, once they see a black person, they hate every black person. They see a white person, they hate every white person. You know what I'm saying? We can't have that gang stalking racist type lens. You know what I'm saying? That's the trick of it. We gotta have that Superman X-ray vision, you know what I mean? Where we can see people's heart. And what I mean by that is their actions, their characteristics. That's how you can see a person's heart. Like, their a pattern routine action that they do. Not something they do one day, but it's a pattern. Like, these people, they always, you know what I'm saying, cool. You know what I mean? Smooth. The pattern. Because some people can trick you. Like, they'll be cool, smooth, and then the rest of the time, they bitter. Miserable, horrible energy. You get what I'm saying? So you just never know. You just never know. You just go by the moment. Don't let this gang stalking tactic blind you from your blessing. That's the thing. That's one thing that I'm really speaking to myself on that one. You know what I'm saying? I just had to vent. Haven't made a video in about like 2 weeks. I don't really be making videos every day like that because it's just like I felt like I dropped a lot of wisdom already, and it's just like nothing really has sparked new for me to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I just vent. You know what I'm saying? If something catches my attention, or you know how you have so much information stored in your brain, and then it's just something that brings it out, and then you just speak on that. Like it's something like that. But everything has just pretty much been the same. You know, everybody just talking about the same thing, really. You know what I'm saying? And hey, it's enlightenment to new TIs. You know what I'm saying? And it's enlightenment for whoever received the messages from them other videos. You know what I mean? It's just like I'll be liking them videos where people be dropping some fresh, like some stuff like it's like where you can really, you get what I'm saying? You can really kind of go off. Like it can really make you like, man, this information is good. Some real spiritual nutrients, some real, you know, eye opener, you know what I'm saying? Crack your skull, make you think type information. Bust your head wide open with these knowledge and wisdom and stuff like that. Videos like that, stuff like that, it's like, boom, you know, like when I first got in this targeting thing, that's what was going on. That's what, like, not with everybody's channel, because certain people's channel was just them riding around in traffic and just, you know, talking about tactics, looking and sounding crazy, which I get it because I'm TI, but those videos, unless it's a good video, because like a lot of the videos like that, when it's just people riding traffic, pointing at people and stuff like that, it don't look good. But there's some videos where they show like certain things on the company vehicle. Like it was one dude with a video, the company vehicle said Mason on it. And he was talking about, and it just made sense to me. It just made sense. It was clear, and how they was blocking, like a car pulled up and kind of blocked his way from walking in the entrance. I get that too. Like they just blocked, you know what I'm saying? I get that too. And how he pulled into like an isolated area in the back of the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? Instead of people pulling up in the parking lot to, like, he tested them out. A whole bunch of people just pulled up in the back of the parking lot and walked all the way to the store. And you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. That video, witty videos like that. You know what I'm saying? And the witty videos when people be dropping their knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Really opening your mind. They be dropping their knowledge and like really explaining how to navigate, and really their fresh ideas. Like all of it I don't agree with, but it like, it opens your mind though. You don't have to agree with everything. Certain things can just open your mind a little bit. That don't mean that you gonna compromise your morals and beliefs and follow what they saying. No, you filter it out. You take the wisdom, nutrients from that and apply it to yourself so that you can navigate through this thing. You don't take everything word for word what people say, but it's like, dang, I miss videos like that. Now it's just getting more, I don't know, I guess everybody's running out of stuff and ideas and what to say, and we're just recycling the same thing over and over. You know what I'm saying? But it's like knowledge is infinite. You know what I mean? The Bible, even the Bible itself, like you can never run out of things to say about the Bible. That's infinite. Even though it's just 66 books, it's so condensed. There's so many layers in that Bible. That in itself, you can never run out. You know what I mean? You feel me? It's just wherever you at with it. And it's just boom. You know what I'm saying? And just make it make sense. You know, that's where we at with it. Just make it make sense, man. And just stay free. Stay out here. Don't fall for these honey traps. Woo! Don't. I'm married, thank God for that. But that, the sexual energy is, man, Ah, man, that sexual energy is something else, man. Sexual energy is something else. And that's one thing that a lot of the male TIs gotta control. Even some of the female TIs, like that's what it was like. You don't really hear too many like stories with the female TIs. They don't really like get on here because a lot of the male TIs are a lot of the male perps in the male TIs. They be thirsty. You know what I mean? They be trying to hook up with these with these female TIs. Like they be all in their comment section. They be trying to. So some of these females don't even make videos no more because dudes be on that predatory mindset. You know what I'm saying? I know like some of these females really going through it. Like they need a protector. They don't need somebody trying to, you know what I mean, say something slick in their ear so they can hit it from the rear. You know what I mean? Some of them, they sexual energy and stuff like that, but it's just like they got to be more protective. You know what I'm saying? You know, they got to be more. They got to be more protective over themselves. They can't just be all how we is. You get what I'm saying? So it's the sexual energy. That's one thing the program gonna capitalize off of. Sexual energy, and you just have to be careful with that. You have to be careful with that. Being a TI, like, self-control, and most of the if you do have meetups, you know what I mean? Just, hey, if you have meetups and you get lucky, majority of the time it's going to be one night stands. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to let you if you haven't compromised, they're not going to let you get the good ones. They might you might luck up and get a blessing and get a good one, but like, man, they can use so many people to make you look like a bad person, to make that person not want to be around you again. Boom. But a female that's probably been, ran through, or a female that they don't deem as attractive, or what they look at as scraps and stuff like that, they're like, we'll let you have that. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you might luck up. But, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's somebody you knew in the past that really rocked with you, or you get lucky, and you never know what God has for you. So, but for majority of the situation in the controlled environment, if you that smooth, if your energy's that good, your confidence is that good, and stuff like that, and you're feeling yourself that day, you could luck up and get a one night stand like that. Like, they can't stop you from getting it off and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Biblically, you know what I mean? Lust. Biblically, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to give your pearls to the swine. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give your precious jewels. You don't want to waste your precious, semen. But that lust, like, you ain't caring about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when program deprives you and stuff like that, and people ain't perfect. That's why I just thank God that I'm married and I ain't got to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about none of that. Adult videos, none of that. I haven't watched adult videos in so long, and I'm proud of that. I'm so thankful for that. They be trying to put in algorithms and stuff to, you know what I mean, try to hit my subconscious. Like, I have algorithms of chicks with their butt all out, and you know what I'm saying, chicks looking good all in the algorithm and stuff. And an idle mind is the devil workshop. So imagine just a person that don't have the mindset like I do. Guess what they do? They see stuff like that. Man, bump down. They adult videos. You know what I'm saying? And then they capitalize off that. You feel me? Because the more and more you feed into that, when you feed into the adult videos, it does something to your subconscious. Like, we grown here, but it does something to you. It sexualizes, like you have a sexualized lens. Once you give into that, once you make an agreement with that video, your lens is now sexualized. Now it makes it harder for you to be able to navigate, because now you're not thinking with the head above your neck. You know what I'm saying? You thinking with the little head down there. And when you think like that, you can't think clearly. And that's how they can get you to crash out. That's how they can create these situations. That's how they can extract information, extract your weaknesses and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? And put you in harm's way. So it's like, if you want to think clear, if you want to be as creative as you possibly can, you want to stay away from adult videos. But, you know what I'm saying? If you feeling yourself that day, you know what I mean? And you grown and you having to talk with this chick, you know what I mean? She feeling you. Probably that like it's a moment thing, man, with this program. You know what I'm saying? If you can get in that moment, you got in that moment. But I'm telling you, most likely, if it's a bad chick or a cool, down to earth type chick, like, don't rush things. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it just happened, it's things like that can happen. You know what I mean? The chemistry can just boom, explosion. But sometimes you don't really want to rush things because of your horniness and stuff. You don't want to rush things because you don't know setup. You don't know who she know. You just don't know. But when you ain't thinking logically, I know how it is. And then most likely, it may not even be all that serious, but they'll find a way to get her to ghost you. They'll find a way to get her to ghost you. They're going to find a way. You know what I'm saying? I had plenty moments like that where, you know what I mean, I'll walk into a store, get a number from a chick, the cashier or whatever, and she's cool. Like, she's like, oh, you know what I mean? About to hang out when she get off work. Oh, a couple hours later, don't answer her phone or nothing. She ain't even, I pull up to the work, she ain't even there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't even want to be like a stalker. This was a while back ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm married now, but this is what they'll do. It's like by the moment. It's like you got to go by the moment if it's a good looking one. Now, some of the scraps and stuff like that, certain things, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say scraps, but there's like, they'll let you get away with certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain places that you go, like, let's say you in a yoga class or something, or a class where it be, or a place where it's women. You know what I'm saying? The bad ones are always gonna be in a relationship. They always gonna be in a relationship. If you catch one in a moment, you might get a one night stand, but you know what I mean? Everybody's situation different, right? So, you know what I mean? I'm just showing you my perspective of the honey trap thing. But it's like, yeah, if you just really need to get that energy off, it can happen. But if you looking for something long term, man, it's you gotta really discipline, really like discipline, and things can happen spontaneous. You know what I mean? Things can happen. Like when you having a rough day, it'd be situations like that when your confidence ain't at its highest peak. When you having a rough day, them be the days where the blessings be around. Them be the days where people can, you know what I mean, find something long term. You know what I mean? It's the unexpected moments. Because when you be expecting something, it's especially with this program, it's really difficult to get what you expect. It's way easier, you know what I'm saying, when it's unexpected. But when things be unexpected, your confidence don't be at its peak. You won't be feeling yourself like that. You know what I'm saying? So you looking in the mirror, you see yourself. You don't see yourself all like that, but a person out there see you all like that. But you don't see because the program, and you shutting everybody off, and people can feel that energy, and you block that blessing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when we having rough days, when they going really hard, they don't want you to get that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like ignore it. But most likely, if you don't score, they gonna ghost you. They gonna ghost you. They gonna have something more beneficial where they gonna distract the honey trap. Or if the honey trap been sent, like an agent provocateur, if they been sent, that's a scary thing. If she look bad and she really down, you really gotta pay attention. Cause they could have some agent provocateurs, some honey traps sent to you like prostitutes that could be carrying STDs, that could be having toxic boyfriends, toxic exes, toxic family members, toxic friends, some type of scheming going on to put you in an unfavorable situation. You know what I'm saying? Or if you got money and stuff, they trying to, they trying to use you to drain you. They could be not a U.S. citizen. You know what I mean? They can find these agent provocateurs that's illegal immigrants, and they can use them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And they could get sent to you and try to get married to you just so that they can win their U.S. citizenship. You know what I'm saying? Just so they can benefit. But then they take you through all these problems. They take you through all these financial headache problems. You know what I'm saying? Get a baby from you and all type of stuff. Put you on child. Like, it's all type of weaponry when it comes to these honey traps. So it's like the lust, is it really worth it? You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? Not just the STDs, but you one night stand, you bust off in her. You know what I'm saying? Condom, stuff like that, and you get this random gang stalking chick pregnant. Like, yo, now your life is a living hell. You know what I mean? Now your life is a living hell. So it's just like, is it worth it? You know what I mean? You know, you gonna keep a Jimmy hat? Can you control yourself where you don't release inside of her? He's got the pre-nut and all that. You know what I'm saying? People don't think about that. People don't think about the long. They just think about that. I understand I said moment. I don't want to contradict myself. You know what I mean? Enjoy the moment and the blessing. But that blessing that could be disguised as a curse. You feel me? So everything that glitters ain't gold. And lust, that's why love is way more important than lust. You know what I'm saying? Long term. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's going to actually hold you down. You know what I mean? That ain't trying to get a quick fix. But when you're on that quick fix mindset, feeding yourself with adult videos, feeding yourself with sexual things, you become sexualized. You get more sensitized to sexualized things, and you get weaker and weaker and vulnerable in that area. You know, that blood flow. You know what I mean? That's how the enemy be getting people, man. That's how the enemy be getting people. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, just be careful. Just be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get that release, then reality hits the fan once again. It's like once you get that release, that's when reality hit. Reality don't hit when that blood flowing. But once you get that release, you know what I mean? That blood flow just calm on down. You know what I'm saying? Reality hit. You need to be like that all the time. You need to move like you had a release. You need to move like the after effect of the release. You know what I mean? Capture that moment when you had the release. You know what I mean? You thinking way clearer. But when that blood flowing, you ain't thinking clear. And that's how they be getting so many people. And it's just like, boom, you know, hey, you grown, use your discernment. Boom. But be careful out here. Stop falling for the lust, man. Stop falling, especially that's temptation. Just on a biblical gemstone, just flee from temptation. Like, resist temptation and the devil will flee. In this program, like, you resist it, but they still doing what they doing, but you resisting it, they'll give you peace. They can't put you in a worse situation. You resisting temptation actually protects you in this program. You know what I'm saying? You resisting temptation. You getting closer to God. You know what I mean? Do your patience. You'll be able to attract the right people for you. You'll be able to attract a spiritual minded, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what blessings you have for you by being patient and resisting temptation. But a lot of people resist temptation and they keep their mouth closed. And a closed mouth don't get fed. But it's like resisting temptation and keeping your mouth closed. You know what I'm saying? And focus on things on the long run. You know what I'm saying? On a person that's going to actually help you, hold you down. You know what I'm saying? Do you find something fine? That's cool. You know what I mean? But you really need to be, if you really need to be examining the riders, you know what I'm saying? Not examining who's the freakiest and sluttiest. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, who can give you the best thrill of your life. That's not what you need to focus in this program. You need a support system. You need a rider. You need to resonate with people that's going to really resonate with you. You know what I'm saying? Because the thrill is just the moment. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, once you realize who you in the bed with, you know what I'm saying? The devil wear Prada. You know what I mean? Now you in a whole is wild. Be careful, man. It's wild out here, man. This is real life. This is real life situations. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the best thing to do. I know when it comes to them lonely nights, like don't watch them, don't videos, don't masturbate. Don't find some way to get your mind off of it. Don't really don't. You know, if you slip up, you know, ask for forgiveness. Like you slip up, you slip up, but you got to try your best not to slip up. Try your best not to slip up, man. That's the discipline. Like, just how you try your best not to crash out, that's the same energy you got to have when not watching adult videos. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what them adult videos are doing to you in the spiritual world. You can already see how it perverts the mind, right? It has you with a clouded mind. You see? You need to operate like a person that had the release with a clear mind, not operate a person with the blood flow. You know what I'm saying? When your mind clouded, you know what I mean? Because that's what the program be trying to get me into, the mindset with the honey traps at the job. They look good, yeah, okay, but that's not for me. You feel me? That's not for you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and they'll sit there and be patient. Like, the honey traps will be patient with you. Like, they'll be robotic with it. They'll be, like, patient with you. Like, they'll laugh and stuff. Like, when people doing the dark humor and tactics and stuff, like, they'll be on their wave for a minute. But then it's like they're forced to come back around you. They're forced to make themselves known. They're forced to follow the light. You're the light. You know what I'm saying? They may not tell you that, but you're the light. You know what I'm saying? They have to be the show. They have to perform. You get what I mean? So it's like when people script it out like this, you don't like, nah, you don't, man, you really want to lay with a prostitute? If that's the case, you might as well get on, what is that? Dang, what is that? List crawlers. You might as well get on list crawlers. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Even when I was single, like, I was afraid, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get your rocks off, you know what I mean? Try and get on list crawlers, you know what I mean? Trying to pay for, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I was about to do that, and where the motel where the chick was at, there was police cars at the motel. I was paranoid like hell. It was police cars at the motel. It's like, dang, these folks wouldn't give me a break for nothing. Nothing. For me to get it, I had to go through the crevices. I had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the ones that look like bad, like, it was like one night stands. I'm talking about, I had the badao back there. Had the whole full body set. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Spanish. You know what I mean? One night stand. So it's like, they'll let you get the moments, but it's rare. They're going to, like they trying to create, like, bad situations. They not trying to get you to be in bliss. You think they want you in bliss and your confidence up? You're getting your rocks off. You know what I'm saying? You think they want that for you? They want you to be miserable and sad. Like, they want you to be violent. They want you to be suicidal. They want you to be mental health. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to have no type of healing. And the mental health is the adult videos, bro. That's mental health. That's mental health. Them adult videos is mental health. I know it can get addictive. I know it can get addictive. It can get addictive. I know. Trust me, I know. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't doing nothing but perverting and clouding your mind. You know what I'm saying? That's all it does is pervert your mind. So anywhere you go, when you see a fine girl, you see her body, your blood flow start flowing. You feel me? We men, we grown, but it's just like you supposed to control that blood flow. It's not like every time you go somewhere, it's not supposed to be just because you see some cheeks or bending over, or, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just certain things from the dope videos that you see on this woman, and your blood flow. Your blood is flowing. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing but really perversion on your mind. You when that blood flowing, you can't think straight. You can't think clear. And that clouds your mind. That can cloud the blessing. You get what I'm saying? With that energy, sometimes you can steer people away. They can feel that. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a good energy to feel. You watching them videos, you filling yourself up with that negative sexual energy, and it just repels that away from you. You know what I'm saying? And it attracts demons. And it's not going, they're not trying to make your situation bliss. They're trying to make your situation cursed and miserable and drain you from as much energy as possible. Look at that porn site as witchcraft. Look at it as witchcraft. This is going to manipulate you to do things that you like with a clear mind you wouldn't do. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we gotta grow from that, but just be patient, be still. You know what I'm saying? Be more clear-minded. Focus on just building yourself, and that raw energy that you build up, that good energy, genuine energy, is going at the right timing and the right season is going to attract the right people. Other than that, it is what it is. I mean, we're not perfect. If you find you someone, hey man, most likely you can peep that person's heart. If you know that person just got a body and they ain't really own what you own, you need to ghost that person. You know, some people be wanting to hold on to certain things. Be like, hey man, that thing she had between that snapper she had between the legs, boy. Whew. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got nothing in common. Nothing in common. You know what I'm saying? And that would be a bad thing. You know what I mean? You want to find people that's actually going to hold you down. That's going to be a rider that can actually be like really beneficial for you. Not just what they got between their legs, also what they got between their head. And they ain't talking about oral sex. I'm talking about their brain. You know what I mean? They can collect what information you putting down. They can pick up what you putting down. You know what I mean? They can be that emotional support for you. You know what I'm saying? So when you talking about this gang stalking, what you're going through, it's not like you speaking Chinese. You know what I'm saying? But that's how most of the chicks gonna look at you anyway, and they're just gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, just the pleasure until the handlers or the gang stalkers made a way where they ghost you. You know what I'm saying? So most likely you probably just got to ghost them. But if you just want to prevent that and keep a clear head, you know what I mean, stick with that Bible, man, or just be high vibrational. Stay away from porn sites. Stay away from things that's going to pervert the mind. You know what I mean? Keep your mind clear-headed. Be patient. Be focused. Utilize your energy for other things. Because when you bored and you just pumped up with all that energy, especially if you got all that energy, pumped up with all that energy, instead of letting the enemy win and you feeding your flesh, find ways to feed your spirit. Find ways to fill yourself up with knowledge. That's the thing. Get some new knowledge in you. Learn something new. Get something that catches your interest. You know what I'm saying? Find things that catches your interest, man. That's not low vibrational. That's, you know, sometimes entertainment is cool. Little entertainment is cool. You know what I'm saying? Little entertainment, little talk about sometimes, you know, what's going on in the streets. You might hear what's going on, even though you ain't a part of that. Sometimes just entertainment, sports, a little bit of sports or something, or you know what I mean? It ain't got to be nothing too deep. We ain't always got to be breaking the Matrix code every time. You know, it ain't got to be always down the rabbit hole every time. Just something that catch your energy that won't pervert your mind. You know what I mean? Just certain things that can just, you know, help you through those moments, man. Or pray. Prayer is very powerful, man. Prayer and reading the word. Because this is not even a joke. This is not, this is like really serious, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just heard, like, you know, in the algorithm and stuff, like, you know, this is what people struggling with. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the tactics they'll use. But, you know, just try to resonate with people that's genuine. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall for the bait of fun. Don't fall for things that's fun, low vibrational, because they trying to, if you a target TI, they trying to justify their narrative about you. You get what I'm saying? Especially with me. So it's just like, usually I'm trying to work and make my money and work. You know what I'm saying? So person need to be on that same type of timing. You know what I mean? They need to be on that same type of timing. Positive minded. You know what I'm saying? Ain't on no low vibrational things. You know what I'm saying? Sharpening up on their wisdom. You know, just elevating in life. You know what I'm saying? And want to see other people shine. Them the type people be patient for. You know what I'm saying? Them the characteristics, you know what I'm saying, that I'm a rock with. You know, that's the heart. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And it's just not a person that just because they proclaim their love for God or say they're believers. No, it's their actions behind it. Them the type of people I want to resonate with. You know what I'm saying? I know people ain't perfect, but I've been in this thing for what, 35 years, and had plenty of experiences. And this program really sharpened my discernment. So now it's like I can see who's real and who's not. Sometimes I may get blinded from the colors and the tactics, you know what I'm saying, and get gang stalking racist, and that's what I need to work on. But as far as like some of the TIs out there, man, that especially the male TIs that's struggling with lust, you know what I'm saying, just be patient. Just be patient, brother, man. Be patient. I know it's hard. Trust me. All right, so I've been on this thing for an hour and 30 minutes, man. I need to go ahead and lay it on down. But, yeah, man, y'all keep y'all head up, man. Y'all stay strong out there. Y'all wisdom, man, and be patient. Be patient. Don't rush. Don't rush. You know what I'm saying? Don't rush. Don't rush the process. With that being said, peace.